Dr. Dorothy Height was always a helper. As a little girl, her mom taught her to never look down on anyone, but to ask herself how she could make their lives better. Dorothy loved finding ways to serve. She gave music lessons to young friends. She helped struggling classmates study. She pitched in wherever needed, just like her parents. Dorothy had no idea that helping would become her life's calling and lift people up around the world. On March 24, 1912, Dorothy was born into a Virginia community where Black-owned businesses and schools stood proudly. People there worked hard, looked out for each other, and gave back. Her parents, Fanny Burroughs Height and James Height, welcomed her, their beautiful baby, to a place that held immense promise. But they knew the incredible danger it could pose to a Black child, too. Segregated Richmond had different rules for Black and white people. Signs, mean words, and stares let Dorothy's family know where they could go and where they could not. In Black neighborhoods like theirs, her family felt seen, loved, and safe. But in others, fairness and freedom could depend on the color of your skin. Dorothy's parents knew those segregation laws were wrong. Each had been married before and raised children in that environment. They wanted something more for their family. 4 years after Dorothy was born, the Heights moved from the South to the North in search of new opportunities and with the hope of finding less discrimination. From the 1910s to the 1970s, millions of Black people did the same. That movement was called the Great Migration. Dreams billowed like smoke in the town near Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. That was their new home. From the whistle of the steel mill to the whoosh of the railroad, Dorothy heard the music of people creating a life. She loved the languages and songs that zigged through evening streets like jazz. She loved the stories of families who'd moved to Rankin, like hers did, for a better chance. When the U.S. entered World War I, Dorothy's community supported the fight. Some people served in the war. Some worked in the steel mill, producing important items like military weapons, helmets, and armor for tanks and ships. The spirit of helping was all around. Dorothy got along with everyone. She greeted elders as she walked through the neighborhood where a sprinkle of Black migrants from the South lived side by side with white European immigrants. She was respected by teachers and friends. Her best buddy was her next-door neighbor, Sarah, whose family was Irish Catholic. They loved walking to school together and enjoyed special moments like running down a hill, feeling the wind kiss their cheeks. That was one of Dorothy's favorite thrills. With a flutter of excitement, they would stand at the top of a hill and reach out to each other. They'd smile. Then they'd clasp their hands, Black and white. 1, 2, 3. In a flash, the girls flew down the hill as if they had wings. Their feet sailed across the ground as they ran, hand in hand to the bottom. Breathless, they laughed and climbed the hill again. But one day, when Dorothy felt that flutter, she reached out her hand, and Sarah kept hers right where it was. She called Dorothy a terrible word, a word used to hurt Black people, a word so awful, Dorothy's eyes blurred with tears. Devastated, she watched Sarah run down the hill alone.